change screens. We're doing more testing a little earlier today because, like I said, I have orders on processing back and forth to get ready for on our ship out date, which is going to be on it's going to be Friday. All right, so I am doing more demonstrations on this particular screen. Like I said yesterday, a little confused with the screen because, like I said, both sides showed like they were possible to be used. And someone came to the room and said, no, it has to be this side right here because the screen, basically, if you take it on the opposite side, you hit this with a lamp, it reflects a lot of crazy white light back at you. So it just shows that, yeah, it is the other side that he actually recommend. Also, too, now I had somebody come to make a comment said, oh, it's better than your screen paint. You must be colorblind because that 17 upstairs took this screen apart, literally. And I'll show those demonstrations. I'm going to repeat that again with the 17, also, too, with the morning hours with the sunlight coming in. Hitting the 17. We are now doing this against the Exotic Blue. I told you Exotic Blues are very powerful screens. That's the same one I have sitting back there, 126 inches, sits in that room over there and can take a direct hit from sunlight. Sunlight can grace the side of that screen and it still can maintain. It can sit embedded in windows with lights around it and still maintain. But I was also informed that the screen is only designed for long throws only, which means that's a flaw on that screen because our screens are ultra short throw and long throw compatible. This is not at all, period. I would never take this outside because I haven't seen a demonstration, doing some research, trying to find if people did take the screen outside, if anybody did use it outside, or they recommend to be used outside, we'll have to contact the company if they do decide to contact us back to find out if the screen can do outside, because I really would like to put this outside against a black. Now, the only difference between this screen and a 12, it does produce an amazing high white level, higher than the 12, but the problem next to the 12 is the screen will have, it can't produce color and it can't produce contrast, which we're going to be doing that upstairs on a Chrissy 505 at 5,000 lumens. We're also going to be doing that on 135 inch, and I'll show you where we'll produce color and contrast. We're going to do the color tests up there. As for the 17, if you want me to repeat that again, I'll run you through that again because the 17, it took it apart. Yeah, but then again, it's a 17. So now we're on here on the Exotic Blue. This is a blue projection screen, not green. I mean, not red. Sorry. Let's go with the traditionals. Not gray, not white, not black, but blue. And we're going to do a color demonstration on this screen. All right, so let me grab my remote control if I can remember where I set it, because I put it all over the house, and we'll begin again. As I said before, if it doesn't have color coding technology, it's not going to be able to compete with our technology. As I said, the screen is good. It's a good screen. It's just not on our level of technology. And all the demonstrations I have seen on the screen, I haven't seen much of a difference between somebody else's screen and the screen itself, not by a huge margin of seeing a significant change in their screen. All right, so this is the Starfield demonstration we're displaying right now. As you can see, the blue is pulling up a better contrast level than the other screen. Let's take out some of these lights too, because I got a lot of neon going on in here, and I think that may be disrupting the picture quality just a bit. So let's take out some of this blue we have here in the environment. And this is darken it up a bit here. There we go. I think that went off. That wasn't supposed to go off, but it did. There we go. We're going to darken it up a bit, and that way we don't have a lot of blue in here disrupting the picture. Let's try to get this one off. This one doesn't like to listen to commands, so that would go too. All right, and let's go in the kitchen. Let's take out some of those LED lights in the kitchen. Kitchen has a lot of LED lights trickling off. Nothing disrupts the screen. In complete blackness. So I had to be up early in the morning to do this demonstration because, like I said, this area right here gets flooded with light like crazy. And just to make sure how the screen measures up in the dark, in complete darkness, versus our technology. There we are. So now we are in complete darkness. That is a blue, the bigger screen, that is pulling a very heavy contrast level. I told you blues have the incredible ability to be able to mimic contrast. All right. Now we're going to switch this over. If Ken can remember walking about the house with the remote control in his hand. He can remember. Oh, there we go. We're going to pull this up to a blue screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
Now, mind you, as I said before, this screen is blue. The Epic Blue has the ability, and this is basically from the Exotic collection, has the ability to be able to do color coding, which means it can actually read color that's being produced off the projector. All right, so we're going to produce blue. And that's blue on our technology versus the I'm going to call it Lux. We're going to call it LUX. We're going to call it Lux. Lux screen. That's with lights on. That's with lights off. All right, let's go over and get red screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
There's the red screen. As I told you before, it's not going to be able to do the same thing as our technology. And I'm not using, keep in mind, I'm not using any form of traditional color screen. This is just our exotic blue coding technology. So this is a blue projection screen versus their technology, and our blue is producing a higher red level because blue has the technology used on exotics have color coding technology, which this screen doesn't have. Lights on. It's not going to touch it. I told you. I can pull any screen out of my selection. It won't come near it. Let's go with back to Starfield. Starfield demonstration.
Getting that from YouTube.
I told you, blues are very powerful screens. Very powerful screens. And here it is. Vivid is next, or Vivistorm will be next. That's a blue screen. A blue screen pulling a contrast level. Isn't that interesting? It's blue. It's not black. It's not gray. It's not dark gray. It is blue. And it's pulling a contrast level. You want to see it up close? I told you. Color coding technology. Screens can pull and mimic contrast levels. I said that upstairs when I was doing a 17. I said we have other screens that have the ability to mimic a black level because the screen has a code in it that can read a contrast. There we go. All right. We got to do this early in the morning because, like I said, I have things to do. And on top of that, I need this environment to remain dark so I can pull off these demonstrations here. It gets very bright in here in this particular area. Let's see what we got. Red screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
Here we are processing a red screen. Now the reason why I do these colors, and I suggest other people to do these colors also too, because this allows you to see what your projector is actually seeing. Some people, when you camouflage with a whole bunch of colors, you're not seeing exactly what you're missing or what you could be gaining. There's red, lights off, lights on. Let's go over to what other ones we want to choose? Let's see. Let's go over to sorry, I'm tired. Green screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
Let's see how green screen displays on our blue technology versus a silver technology. There you go. I knew that was coming. So here we have a green. Keep in mind, the green technology that we use at color coding is extremely good on the blues. It is a crazy good. All right, that's lights on. Lights off. Lights on. All right, let's see if we get any. Let's go back to red because red usually has those color changes in there. Red screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
All right, there we go right there. And I'm gonna come out of this because usually we get the good color selections in this section right here. All right, we're gonna do multi-screen colors.
Someone say cheeseburgers.
Wawa has dinner every day starting at 4 p.m.
Told you,
Sounds
it's
good.
not going to compete with the blue. So we're going to change out the colors now. Now, if this wasn't the right side, what would happen is that when that projector hits it, this thing would hotspot like crazy because the other end of the side of the screen has a really, very high reflective surface, and it causes it to basically, what's the word for it? It causes it to basically like hotspot like crazy. I had a lamp behind me when I was doing the demonstration. I moved away. It was this glare coming off the screen. That is the wrong side. So if you use this and it's glaring up like crazy, you're on the wrong side of the screen. So this is the right side of the screen. And as you can show, I'm showing the color patterns next to blue. I thought would be more impressive would basically to bring down a screen that is completely the opposite of any other screen, which would be the blue, and had that screen display colors against a screen that should be displaying these colors. Like I said, I'm not putting the product down. It just does not compete with our technology. And this is a blue projection screen. And yet our screen can change colors at will with the surface being blue, but this screen being a high grade silver or gray can't do it. I told you, God is the only one that blessed us with the color coding technology. And this is why our screens can do this. This is what I mean by when I go to that show that they have for those projection screens, I'm bringing a colored screen with me because I want something that everybody's going to stare and go, why the freak is this screen that color? And then boom, blow their screen clean out of the water. See what I mean? Doesn't make a difference if the lights are on. Screen can't pick it up. And again, using my big boy Chrissy 4300 lumen projector, 1920 by 1200 full 1080p projector, and it can't pick, the screen can't read the colors. And that's the versus a blue. Let's see. Let's go with let's come out of here real quick. And we're going to pop over to some other colors. This is like I told you. And I'm using long throw because the videos I saw, I'm still doing some research if anybody popped it up on a short throw, ultra short throw, but I'm using a long throw projector. There's no excuse for it. So we have no excuses here saying, oh, the projector is ultra short throw, your distance throw. We have plenty of light in the environment. We have everything here. We're using a full 1080p projector. Yep. I told you, when God gives you a blessing, when he gives you technology, there's nothing that's going to stand against it. And so far, we have gone through 11, we got about 30 in the kitchen drawer of high performance sample screens. We're just going through this one. And next thing, we got Vivistorm popping over, which I'm real curious about Vivistorm because like I said, there's one particular screen in there, I got my eye on it, and that screen looks black. So I'm curious to see what it looks like when it gets over here. Now, this is what I tell you, when you do these demonstrations, you have to do the colors first. You have to do the colors. Because if you camouflage this with a bunch of colors all over the screen, you really can't see what you're getting, and as I said, what you're not getting. This is why we do the solid colors. How does your projector see purple? How does it see green? How does it see blue? How does it see orange? And then we show you the colors so you can see, oh, okay, now I see where the color is missing. That's what you're supposed to see first. How does color perceive on the screen? With the lights on and the lights off, how does it perceive? All right, let's keep going. I got to do this early in the morning, people. Sorry about that. Due to the fact this room floods with light. You know how my downstairs get when the light comes in? And keep in mind, this is a blue. Same screen we have sitting over there at 126 inches. This is a 100-inch screen right here we have in the living room. Well, theater room, if you want. This is the theater room.
Design isn't just for designers. It's for everyone. With Canva, anyone can create, customize, and share a design in just a few clicks.
Told you the blues were extremely powerful. It's actually one of our first exotic technologies that we developed. It has 100% coating and it has an ambient light rejection 15 attached to it. This screen has demonstrations of it pulling up at 4:51 in the evening. It pulled a star field outside on 1,000 lumens. Now, if I take this outside, which I'm thinking about it now, and I do that 13 feet back and try to pull a star field demonstration, what do you think will happen? It's not, like I said, our tests are brutal over here. There's no way in the world it's going to be to go through any of the tests. And keep in mind, we still got Garcia paints coming through here. Now, Garcia, the reason why we're saying Garcia, because when we ordered the paint, we had the paint ordered, the name on it was changed, so was the address. But just to let that person know, we're already quite aware of what's going on, and we know who you are. So just to let you know that when those papers go out, they'll go to that particular address, but he's going to have to contact you and give you that information, because if he doesn't, yeah, things are going to get hairy for you. So I would suggest you, when you get those letters, respond back right away. Depending on where your address may be, you want that person to contact you. Trust me. It ain't like, I keep telling people, it's not like because you give somebody their own address that we can't track you. Yeah, we can. We can find your address. So if we have to give those court papers to you, you will be found. That's where they hire an investigator to go in and track that person down to serve them those papers. So they're coming, don't worry. And this is for a particular individual. We had a problem that tampered with our copyrights without our permission. All right. Let's go from there. Sorry, I got to bring that in there, but it has to be because the product that's coming here is from Crow. It's his product that will be coming here in about 3 days. It'll be here, and we're going to run that screen through all the testing our screens have to go through. So that's what that demonstration is about. Because like I said before, if any company is going to sit there and say company, small business, hobbyist, whatever it may be, if you're going to say, hey, we're the same as them, we'll buy your product and we'll run you through our tests. Because if you're not mimicking our tests, if you're not doing the same demonstrations that we're doing, and we did give him permission. We gave him permission to make the exotics, which is an exotic. We gave him permission to make them. He never made any of them. Never did any of the demonstrations because he would have to follow every demonstration to a T. And he can't do that. Because even his own screens don't go under that crucial testing. So because he can't back up any of the testing, we know any of the product he tried to make in the future or whatever or in the past is completely bogus because he can't back it up with the test. So because he did not follow through on the request that we gave him, and I told him we gave you plenty of time to do the Starfield demonstration, do all the tests that we do to say you're equal to us. If you're not going to do it, I'll have your product bought in one way or another. We'll have it shipped here. We'll do a sample screen, and we'll run you through all the tests side by side to what exotics and the blacks and all the different screens we develop have to go through daily, and see how your screen holds up. And if his screen comes in anything of a color like that, ooh, mama, it's not going to go well. Now, I'm not going to do the whole making his free screen paint mix he made online and matching it together. That's y'all. We're not here to do that. We're just here to run it through the mill. We're here to run it through all the tests our screens have to go through. Anytime anybody, and I mean any company, hobbyist, whatever it may be, if you're going to compare your stuff to us, we'll buy your stuff and we'll run it through the grinder and see how long you stand. And I guess final test will run you through the killer, which is the sun killer, which is a direct hit from the sun. Now, if you can't survive in here too well outside, you're not going to have it. You're going to have a problem. All right, so let's go through this. We're not saying fun. Like I said, there's nothing, the technology works, and it does. I'm not saying it doesn't, not saying no, it's up to you whether you buy it or not, but it doesn't match our next to our tech. It just doesn't. I'm sorry. That's the Starfield demonstration coming off. Black, again, I'm bringing that back. Black on a blue screen. My remote control. All right, let's go over here to this color changer right here, and we'll switch up the colors. It's going to change back and forth.
We kicked you out of the band for recommending the General for our car insurance? Yeah. Turns out you were right about the General. They're actually a quality insurance company that's been saving people money for...
Now, as I said before, next to a 12, this can produce a much higher white level, but due to the fact, look at the color of the screen. That's like putting a 12 against a white screen or a gray screen. They're all going to be to support a higher white level. But when you talk about putting in the same color patterns, no, it can't pick up the color patterns. It's not going to pick up the blue. It's not going to pick up the green. It's not going to pick up the red. It's not going to pick up the contrast. Not going to happen. You're just going to get a highly white screen. A green is going to produce a high white level, but it's not going to pick up that contrast level. So the point of you having that 20,000 to 1 or maybe 2 million to 1 contrast on your projector is completely useless. You will not be using that on this screen, and you just won't. Here we go. Lights back on. See what I mean? One of the problems people have when they turn the lights on is their colors start to fade. This is 4,300 lumens, people. 4,300 lumen Chrissy. You shouldn't be having that. You're having that problem with a 4,300 lumen Chrissy at that. All right. Let's pop out of this one real quick. Let's go into this one. It should do fairly well with this. Usually the lighter screens don't have a problem with this. Let's see what, oh, no, I spoke too soon. Well, yes it did. I really didn't want to do this demonstration. No, actually I did want to do this demonstration. So all the demonstrations I just researched online. I watched them all. Not all of them. I watched a good majority of them. Yeah, not much of a difference. You guys didn't show. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but you guys really didn't show much of a difference. This is a blue screen. Again, I have to keep bringing it up. It's a blue projection screen, and look at the difference it's showing. Now, usually if you paint a blue screen on your wall, you know what's going to happen without that coating, the color coding? And I guarantee you it's going to happen. Everything on your screen is going to come up with a tint of blue in it. The screen doesn't have that issue because, like I said, color coding technology. God's technology. God's technology. I can't say that more than enough. God's technology. That's who blesses me with the knowledge to do this. Now we pull white levels. That is the white level on a blue screen. I tell you, the white levels on blues are very, very high. But it has to maintain that white level and has to maintain that contrast at the same time. If the screen is producing too high of a white level, what happens is when it comes down to doing demonstrations, like I said, with color and contrast, the screen's going to struggle. That is the white level on a blue screen. Lights on, lights off. And I explained to you before, a white level is not a good sign. As we go run it back again, red screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
There you go. So let's go out of the red screen. Let's pop up some more colors. We're going to go over here and we're going to get the screen changer. We'll do this one right here because this has brighter colors. Now, some people will argue this case because of the black screens. They say, well, it's a black screen. Of course, it's going to have better contrast level. It's going to have better this. It's going to have better that. You know, it's black. These are blue. It's a blue screen. So that means anything we develop on the Exotics, any screen we develop that has that color coding technology, it's going to outperform any screen that comes near it. Now, you see the kicker I'm getting here. Color coding technology, sun killer technology combined into one screen. Now you see the screen we're designing. We have a screen that can read the projector's color without calibrating, without any problems whatsoever. Produce beautiful colors, contrast levels, regardless of what color the surface may be. And then with sun killer technology, which took a direct hit from the sun, which means that screen can survive in any environment because it can take sunlight. That's the screen we are working on. And there is nothing that will be able to stand against that thing. The technology we already have, screens are struggling with the technology we're producing now. And mind you, all the demonstrations I've seen, none of them were live. This is a live demonstration. We can do this with ease. Let's come over here and let's grab some different abstract colors. There you go. That's our own. Now, when people say, oh, what's your gain? Is it 1.0, 2.0? No, we engineer and design our own gain. We don't go by the 1.1 and 2.0, 3.0, all that. No, we engineer. Our gain is chemical. It's a chemical gain that we developed. All we have to do is drop this stuff and paint, and boom, it just basically produces that high, bright image with no problem. I didn't want to be caught up in that tradition. Oh, and by the way, that's the color of the first screen that beat it. That's mustard. That's a dark mustard. So that's how light that screen was when that screen was pulling up the reds, blues, and greens, which you'll swap it over to this one too. Since we can't use ultra short throws, we can't use RG Sonic. Because what I'm being told that it has to be with ultra short throw only. So yeah, we don't go, like I said, when we go with that 2.3, no, we don't do that. God had something planned for us better. He said, no, you're going to engineer, we're going to design our own game. We want something that's completely different. We want to separate ourselves from the home theater world. We want to be a part of it, but we want to be separated from it. I want to be separated from that traditional 1.0, 2.0. No, that's why we have screens on here with high gains. We can, boom, this is our screen. This is how to produce this image. We can take them outside and do this image. When people ask me, like, what is your gain? I said, we're the only company that do test demonstrations on our screens outside. All right, let's skippity-doo-dah day through all this because I got much to do this morning. Much to do. Yeah. And we just blended through screen. We blended the screen with a blue screen. Let's see how it performs. There you go. And there's popping up. Can't produce that whatchamacallit. See how the deep blues are supposed to be deep here? Put that deep in the core rock right here. And right here how it comes out washed out. Not washed out, but see how it comes out when you can see where the contrast can't pick up? Can't pick up a contrast level. You can pick up the bright colors to a certain degree, but you can't pull that contrast level. That's next to blues, which are 15s. And that's usually how they camouflage the colors. You're not supposed to do that. Gotta show. Ooh, what's this on this one? I've never seen this one before. See and right here in the snake, you can see the individual scales in the skin right here. That's because you have to have a contrast level to pick that up. Those individual black levels, that's why I said detail that is needed in contrast. Because if you're not, you have a screen that's completely white out. It means you're washing out the image. At 43 lumens, 100 lumens, if that screen doesn't have enough contrast in it, you can't see the detail. It's kind of like drawing a Marvel. You ever seen Marvel comics where they draw with all the detail, the black levels in it, just pushes the image out? Now imagine if you did that with a white marker. See what I mean? What I'm getting at here? So you can't even see the individual scales on the snake because the screen is producing such a high white level, it's washing it out. And that is freaking me out. Yeah, you think the 12s are a rough way to go. The 15s are nightmares. 17s are even crazier. Again, as I said, that screen is blue. Yeah, it's like I said, the screen is good. It's just not on the level of our technology. We're just operating on a whole nother level, that's all. I should have put lights on, lights off in that one, but I don't think I had enough in there to do that. See right here? Perfect example. See what the green is supposed to, this is green. It can't pick up the green. That's why I showed you the different colors first. You can't pick up the green, and since it can't pick up the green, it comes out washed out on this edge right here. That's supposed to be a deep green in the background. It can't pick that up. This is why I show you the colors first, so that way you can see exactly what kind of colors the screens are picking up. Then we can put this in. This was insane on the black screen upstairs. The 17 what video was this? I gotta see what this was like on the 17 upstairs. What we got here? We got best of. I gotta write this down. I gotta do this demonstration right here on the black screen upstairs. Where am I going? Yeah, I gotta do that demonstration on the 17 upstairs. That was amazing on the 17. Hold on for a minute. I gotta write all this down real quick. I got 3 videos here that I gotta write down on this one. Let me see. Best. What's the channel itself? What's the channel? 8K. Oh, Desire to Nature. Okay, I got that one. Okay. Because I gotta see what that looks like on the black screen upstairs. Desire, nature. Nature boy, Ric Flair. Woo! All right. Good. Make sure I got that correct because I want that upstairs. Yeah, I definitely want that upstairs, definitely. Definitely want to do that one upstairs on that black screen. So we're doing lights off, lights on. I'm doing this early in the morning because, like I said, this area right here fills up with light extremely fast, especially from that area in there. And I need this area to stay dark so we can do the demonstration on the blue. We already did this part already, so let's go skip ahead because I had to go in and I had to get that information from back there. We got lights off, lights on. I swear the owl looks just like Predator when he took his helmet off. See how you're supposed to see a deep green in here? Look at the hold on for quacking. For quacking. What did I just say right there for a minute? I said quacking? I just said quacking. Anyway, look at this right here. See the green and the green moss on the alligator right here? Let me get a little closer so you can see. See the green moss on the alligator right there? Now you see it? Now you see on the other screen, see how it's washing out? Color levels way. I'm gonna tell you, white levels are too high. They're way too high. I knew something when I pulled out that reflective material. I was like, this might not go too well because the surface is so highly reflective. All right? And some people may say, well, your projector is too high, 43. And that shouldn't be it. No, I'm sorry. If you got to put excuses in there like that, no, I'm sorry. Your screen should be able to react to any projector. God forbid if I still had the 6500 lumen projector and I bought that thing down here and did this. Yeah, that thing would hotspot like crazy. If it's having a problem already trying to adjust to color, imagine what that 6500 lumen projector would have happened if it hit the side of this screen. This is only 43. I haven't even used a 5000 lumen Chrissy yet. So you're just going to sit there and go, well, the projector is too high in lumens. That's a cop-out by saying, well, I guess you got to use it on a low lumen projector, so that way that it might not be too much for the screen. No, it should be used with any projector I have upstairs, including the big boys. The fact that someone had to come in and tell me that you can't use with ultra short throw, that's not good. You're telling me that a screen right here can't even be used with ultra short throw, and I have ultra short throws littered through my entire house. So it's not ultra short throw compatible. You can only use it on long throw only. Well, those of you who have ultra short throws, well, guess what? That's not going to happen. Let's move on. So that's not telling, it's not like somebody, when he said he was like kind of nasty about it, well, you're doing it wrong. You can't use it with ultra short throw. And I'm like, that's not a good thing. That's a bad thing. Because my screen can pull up on an ultra short throw and this can't. What's the point? Because majority of most people now are buying ultra short throws. That's the biggest craze, to have that projector sitting right up on top of your screen, no wires, no cables, none of that stuff, and use it like a TV. I like the fact of ultra short throws. It's the fact that I can walk in front of my projector all day long and I don't have shadows casting all over the place. That's what I like about the ultra short throws. Now, Big Boy Chrissy 505, would I like to have that ultra short throw? Oh, yes, I would. Yes, I would. Yes, I would. Because every time I get up and I move about that room, I hit that. That's why the projector's mounted so high up. So when I walk around that environment, it's rare that it pops up on the screen. But every once in a while, you will see my big hit pop up on the side of the screen. But we have to have a few long throws in here anyway for demonstrations. And that's a test room anyway, so we can swap those projectors out at will. Oh, let's get this out. Let's go with, I like that demonstration. You had to copy that one down right there. Let's go over here to, you want to see this again, don't you? Yeah, blue screens can mimic black. Like the black silvers can mimic blacks. Any of the exotics can mimic black to a certain degree. Certain ones, because they're lighter, like the unicorn, can mimic blacks to a certain degree. Lights out, they can mimic blacks almost perfectly. Certain ones can. I know the money greens can do it. Definitely the LT caramel can definitely pull up a contrast level. That screen is crazy. Mustards can do it, which I have over here. This is the mustard screen. They can do it. But just to prove a point, I think, well, we did it already in 17. 17, and I'm not trying to be rude, but 17 demolished the screen, and it did demolish it. The only thing difference between the 12 is the 12, basically, it pulls a higher white level than the 12, but it can't keep up with the color and contrast of a 12. It just can't keep up with it. 15s, on the other hand, they can pull the high white levels, they can pull the contrast level, and they can mimic. Let's go pop over here. Let's go grab it. See, we did those colors. We got those colors in. What else do we need? I forget my basement light just shut off. I was like, what the freak? I forgot my basement lights are on sensors. We did white levels already. Let's go over to Sony 4K demonstration.
Getting that from YouTube.
I'm not trying to be rude, but this is not going to go well. We'll do the black with the on horse first. And this is a screen. That's blue. That's picking up a contrast level. My Lord, it's amazing. Come on. This is God's technology. There's nothing going to stand in the way it is. Nothing. Let me go back to that a minute. Remember when I showed you the red levels, right? The reason why I showed you the red levels. There you go. And can't see red. Let's go to that Sony 4K demonstration because I still have the demonstration upstairs. Yeah, we're gonna run right through this thing. Let me see. We need that Sony. Ooh, bright beautiful flowers. See how bright the colors come up on this technology is insane. I told you that the 15s have crazy color capabilities. Crazy color capabilities.
Sustainability is something to be ethical to me. I'm not just
The white levels are insane, and this is blue. I love the fact that they're weird colors, and they just can pull up these insane colors, and they're different colors. They're the complete opposite of any other projection screen made on the market. Look at the eye candy. Look how bright the color comes up. And this screen, like I said, keep saying it's blue. Look how bright that color comes up in red on this screen. And it's a blue screen. Still maintains, but no problem with the lights on. I need to get to that Sony. Ooh, man, look at that. I'm telling you, I never get used to this screen, bro. That's why I got it here in the living room. So you're not gonna be able to pick up on that contrast. That's not gonna pop up. The screen can't see it. And this projector has the 3000 to 1 contrast. Nope, that's the weirdest eyes I've ever seen on a lizard. I think it looks like some kind of snake eye, kind of. It's kind of creepy. I'm sorry, this is my opinion. That's just kind of creepy. Like the human eyes in his eye. Like seriously. Yeah, it's not gonna go against the blue. We'll find something else what we got downstairs. We got plenty of stuff downstairs to play around with. Let's bring up the deep blue sea. There's the deep blue sea. Like I said again, the technology is good. Like I said, it's not on our level of our technology. It's just not. It's good. It's good, but not on our level. No. Why do packages late at night? Walking into dogs. Not that kind of neighborhood. I gotta be up. Yeah, my neighbors, real quick, you hear me mom in the background. Neighbors are walking the dog. Open the door, see if I had any packages. Sometimes I get packages late at night from Amazon, and somebody's walking by with their dog or something. I heard something in the background. And so people, and they're probably wondering why my lights are going on and off, because out there they're watching my lights go on and off and on and off. Like, what the freak is going on there? I told you, because I do videos late at night, and they don't know what I do for a living. All right, so we'll pop out of this one. I want to see. Let me go this right here. Oh, we definitely got to do the contrast demonstration. That definitely got to be done.
What makes San Pellegrino Momenti so surprising? The time to find an intriguing.
So we're going to do some contrast demonstrations on the blue, or Epic Blue, versus the Lux. We're going to call it Lux. I know that's not the name of it, but we're just going to nickname it Lux. But the proper spelling for the name is LUXINI. And as you can see, it's not picking up any of the contrast. The black levels are not pulling at all. Where our blue technology is pulling a black level. Yeah. I'm going to run this back in the dark. I remember where my remote control is at. Okay, so let's go back again. We're going to run it back in the dark. Again, this time with the lights out. Remember what I'm supposed to be doing here. Here we go. So run in the back, lights out. So right here, go back there a little bit. We gotta go back a little bit on that one. I'm trying to operate my remote control. They should have made these things backlit, which would have been much better. All right. That's where we need to pause it at. Now lights out, as you can see, You can see with the background, it's not picking up. It's supposed to be jet black, and you see it's not coming up. It's coming up it's actually reflecting too high of a white level right there and there. All right, so let's go back in and edit it again. Now keep in mind, they've never challenged their company in any way whatsoever. They have not done that. On this road that I'm traveling, I'm just curious how these screens stack up versus our technology. And I've heard a lot about the screen. You know, people are saying, yeah, the contrast levels are amazing. It pulls insane. The white levels actually doesn't pull insane white levels, but contrasts are amazing. The colors and all that. So, like I said, what better screen to test it next to when it comes to colors and contrast and so forth than the screen that's our blue technology, which is the Epic Blue. Let's see how it stacks up. Now, let me see if I can find that Sony. Oh, we have to do this one. We'll do this completely lights out for those of you who want to see lights out demonstrations. This will be strict lights out. Go back in. Like I said, the screen's going to pick up a much higher white level, but everything else, it's not going to do well. Look at this. I love this part where people don't look at the screens correctly. See the pattern in the snake here and here, pattern here, no pattern there at all. People miss that all the time when they watch these. Oh, it's brighter there. No, you have no pattern, nothing, no detail. Black levels are faded here, and there's no pattern in the snake. Snake has a pattern attached to it, and there's a black level behind it to make the screen, make the snake stand out. That's what that black level is for, to make that snake stand out. You can't see that because you're producing too high of a white level. LG, beta fish.
Getting that from YouTube.
Let's try with the lights out. See if it has a better. Oh, nope, that's not gonna go well. I would have been better off just leaving the lights on, to tell you the truth. On that one, I'm sorry, but yeah, I see it as I see it. Yeah. A lot of people sit there and get mad at me because I have my lights on, and I told you, these screens that we develop are crazy and powerful with the lights on. They look amazing with the lights on. Lights out is like another level that the technology can do. Way beyond anything else. They're in the dark at 4,300 lumens. And look how it looks on that blue technology, the Epic Blue. All right.
Did you know the source of odor in your home could be all your soft surfaces? Febreze Fabric Refresher eliminates odors. Spray it on your rugs, your curtains, your furniture, all over your home. Febreze Fabric Refresher for an all-over freshness you'll love.
Where's the blue at? It's going over there. So like I said, in all the demonstrations I've seen, nobody ran the screen through any road test. Same demonstrations I saw every single time. Poorly lit environments. I'm using a high power projector here. We're going to drop down to a low either way. We have to drop down to a low. We have to see how the screen's going to react on 1,000 lumens. So that's definitely going to have a projector swap out today. We're definitely going to do that. We got plenty of those. Like I said, poorly lit environments. They didn't do any color demonstrations by showing you, hey, this is what red and blue and green. They didn't give you any of that. They didn't give you any star field demonstrations, no contrast demonstrations, nothing. Do a bunch of camouflage colors up on the screen and go, voila, this is how it looks. That's not enough. That's definitely not enough. And that's what I mean by watching these demonstrations on how lightly they do these demonstrations is the reason why I know for a fact 100% if they come through here, they're not going to survive it. And you think that's worse? Wait till I move out of here. I'm getting me a custom built test facility, and it is going to be brutal. I told you, one of the rooms we're going to be designing for ambient light projection screens to be tested in will be a greenhouse because there's nothing but windows in there. There's nothing for that screen to escape. And to just make sure that we have enough light pushing through that screen, you know, they make the greenhouse, the dividers are going to be invisible, transparent, so light can travel through there too. These are going to be brutal demonstrations, especially if we're designing that new screen. Yeah, these demonstrations that we do, these tests we put it through, are not going to be harsh enough. And one thing I'll be known for the fact that how brutal we put our tests through our screens. Nobody can match them. Yeah, 15s, exotics, 12s, 17s, they had to be tested outside. That's why I got so many videos outside. The screens producing beautiful images outside. The contrast level is just not, I don't know where in the world people get the idea that a gray screen is going to pull contrast. Well, actually, we got those to do it, but they don't have coding. That's the only problem. Let's go over here and let's grab, we'll do a few of these with the lights out. I gotta do this with the lights out anyway, but some of the lights out because when the sun comes up in here, we're gonna be in the daytime anyway. And that's not gonna be a problem because we're used to thriving in that. This is not. From the demonstrations I saw, there wasn't a lot of window light making contact with these screens. And again, mind you, that's a blue screen producing that white level. Now see with the detail, you see the detail here in the blues and the reds, and see how it washes out here? Look at the strawberry. See how the strawberry washes out? Because it can't produce color. That's why I was showing you the solid colors first. So you can go back and say, okay, I can see where the red's missing, I can see where that's missing. This is making me hungry. Excuse me. Make a difference how high your white level is. If you can't pick up proper color, I want to go back to that one right there. Yeah, right there. That's where I want to go back to. Right there. See what I mean? This will make a difference how bright your image is. You need contrast to pull detail, to see the object that's there. You need that contrast over there. Without that contrast level, yeah. Go back and show you right here. Again, see how the reds are faded here? Have to have the contrast level so you can see the structure. The screen is generating way too much white light. Alright, let's go get this. I want this Sony demonstration. It's dodging me. Sony 4K demonstration.
Getting that from YouTube.
Ooh, I keep them dodging. I got to do this contrast demonstration here. I'm going to do this lights out, give it a chance, and see if the screen can pull a contrast level equal to a blue screen. Well, that answers the question. No, it cannot pull. It cannot see contrast, and that's like I said. The screen is blue. Here we go. The contrast is way too high. Let's grab this one right here. Like I said, same repeat on the black screen. Now keep in mind the black screens are going to produce way better contrast, but just because these mimic black levels. That's with the lights on. That's with the lights off. Yeah, I'm gonna go take this off because there's no point in going any farther on this at all. Period. That'd be pretty much beating the dead horse to death. That'd be basically beating the dead horse to death. We'll just go upstairs, and we'll start on demonstrations for upstairs. But like I said, if you can't produce on a 4300 lumen projector, this is a quite powerful projector. I don't know. Actually, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Like I said, that screen's blue. These are all exotics right here. See the color of that screen? I told you it's mustard. It's a dark mustard. That's why it's called midnight mustard. And they can produce color. Red screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
See? They can see color. I told you guys, technology is amazing. That's why I like to shrink the screen down. You can see exactly. That screen changes colors. It can read color. It's color coding technology embedded in the screen. Oh, a lot of people thought that was not possible. There's no such thing as color coding technology. There you go. There you go. Here it is on a mustard screen. Mustard, dark mustard. That's what makes our technology different from everybody else's. We have color coding technology. Y'all don't have it. So if you don't have it, your screens can't see true color. Our screens can do it. And just to prove it, like I said, I came down and did it on the 15s, which are screens that don't fit any form of category of projection screen anywhere in the home theater world. There's no such thing as a mustard, dark mustard screen or a blue screen unless you're using it for special effects. And the fact that these screens are producing this color, how you doing? Producing this color with no problem. It's able to change these colors with no problem. Shows you that yes, it's color coding technology. And as simple, my screens are not even the traditional colors. We'll go right back over to our blue screen. Over here. I'm going to lean this to the side because I'm not dressed right now. You don't want to see how I look right now. Ah! So yeah, it's like I said, it's a good screen. It's not in our category. It's just not in our category. That's all. It's not in our category. Now, you see that screen right there? See how it's changing colors? See the color of that? That screen is mustard. It's a dark mustard. It's just producing too much white light. That's the problem. Way too much white light. That's what we can't pick up. Let's go upstairs. Turn off the LED lights because the LED lights were interference with the dark environment. So it had to be perfectly dark in here. I am going upstairs. We're going to take this upstairs. Like I said, white levels on 15s and 17s are going to be always higher, but next to a 12, this technology can't it can't meet with a 12 when it comes to those colors. So we're coming upstairs. I think we have the Chrissy 505 running upstairs right now. Should be running. Here we go. So in here, we're 18 feet back. We have our, sorry about that, Chrissy 505 running. And this is displaying off our black screen. I gotta go change my shirt real quick. My shirt's a bit of a mess here. So as you can see, the screen's producing red, and that's on a 12. And since it has to be used on a long throw, we can't use the ultra short throw in that room. So there is the black screen producing red. And we're using a Chrissy 505. This is on a 135-inch screen. The screen is big enough to be able to support the massive sample sheet. I told you that right from the door. Now, the 12s have the ability to pull colors, contrast. White levels are going to be a little better on the other screen due to the fact, like I said, it is much, much, much brighter than what the 12 can produce. But next to 15s and 17s, yeah, it's not going to be to compete with those screens. The screens have much higher gain capabilities. As you saw on the screen that was blue, that was easily able to overpower the screen, even though the surface is blue. Just to show you exactly that we don't have to have a traditional gray screen to take a screen out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come out of here because I want this separate from the other one. We're going to bring it back in and we're going to go into the blacker screens. All right, got to go and God bless. I'll be back on.